Hello, this is HA and this is AGHA Podcast number 3. It is Tuesday for me, but you're going to be listening to this on a Wednesday. People who work with me at college will find Wednesday to be their day off. But, yeah, it's not just their day off. They're not going in Thursday either, which means that technically Wednesday is the beginning of the Easter holidays. Good for you. And good for me as well. Yes. Um, it's 9 now, of course. Normal recording time. Nothing's really changed from there. Feeling a bit giddy because, well, we finished Project 4, which is making the website. You guys, if you bothered to check it out, same goes from Alex from I Ate Everything, which I mentioned last night or yesterday or this morning, whatever the hell. Everyone seems to really like the websites, except apparently, according to my tutors, there's way too much going on. Way too much text, way too much, pictures, whatever. It's just a little bit cluttered. I mean, they like the navigation system, but it's kind of redundant and it's not really needed. But yeah, one of my tutors, Warwick, I did mention that, when everybody else was saying, sorry, when my other tutor, Lindsay, was saying, oh, the website, it's good, but it's way too cluttered, and I said, you're the first person who's actually, um, talked about every other bad part of my website, other than the navigation system. And, so you're the only person who hasn't talked about the crap navigation system, other than Warwick, who basically said it was crap. Which, of course, I think he said, no, I didn't sound like that. But, if you're listening to this, well, just want to say, not quite. I was, of course, exaggerating when I said Warwick basically thinks it's crap. I really. Yeah, it's no hard feelings. He seemed a bit annoyed when I said that. But yeah, no hard feelings. I mean, it's not like it can really let me know anything until I get back about good over 2 weeks from now. But yeah, whatever floats your boat. Have yourself a good Easter holiday. Speaking of which, over my Easter holiday, not only am I going to be working on Project 5, which I'm extremely excited about. I'll talk about that later. But I am going to my stepsister's wedding on April 2nd. Can't remember where it's going to be, but I'm going to be an usher, so I'll be telling everybody to ush up when they're talking and chattering during the wedding. No, not really. I'm just going to be taking people to their seats. Same thing with my brother Alex, which I think he's still in, just laying about in the parents' bedroom watching fishing programs on my parents' TVs while the others are watching something else downstairs. No idea what they're watching. But this time, hopefully, I won't have to move again. So yeah, I'm filming in my bedroom again. Because last night I had to move because unexpectedly, Alex had moved from the living room into the bedroom and wanted to go to sleep. He's feeling much better after the homemade burger he had, which I had two of as well. Delicious, rather large. I think you would enjoy them as well. Except with any burger, you can have lots of things in it. What do you expect? Stereotypically to go with a burger within the bun, lettuce, ketchups, maybe cucumbers, tomato, gherkins, or pickles, whatever you want to call them. I think gherkins is the English version. Pickle is like a jar of something you could spread onto your toast or something. I think that's disgusting in my opinion. Much like Worcester sauce, I don't like that either. Anyway, but all I had for lunch, was 3 cheese pasta, which is very nice with the garlic bread from the college. It's nice, but it's not everything that you could ever dream of having. Yes. But yeah, other than that, what else happened? Oh, like I mentioned earlier, I've now started Project 5. Well, not quite officially. We went through the brief, which, another comment about Project 4 was I didn't quite follow the brief fully. I mean, I did, of course, pick up some things, such as essentially the brief for Project 4 was make a website, but. Oh, can't knock that over. But, apparently there were some things in the brief which I missed, which seems to be a reoccurring problem for me, which, I'll address later. On Thursday I'm going to do the college vlog before I go to excuse me, bed again and do the podcast and stuff. Anyway, either way, Project 5 will begin after the Easter holidays when I'm back on Monday. Now, what Project 5 is a big free-fall sort of thing. So, you can make whatever you want. You can make a documentary or a music video or even an advert. What I want to do though, which I was very enthusiastic about, and I got very giddy when I thought of it when they gave us the briefs, and I found out we can do whatever we want. I wanted to make a short animation, and not an animation, short film, which is a comedy. So whilst Lindsay was talking about the brief, I had already made notes and gone through the paper, and I know, roughly what I'm doing, which is probably why I keep missing out points in the brief every other project, but after doing that, Lindsay was still talking. She was going through it slowly because she was talking about it and trying to get everybody to catch up with it. I already knew what I was supposed to do, and while she was talking, what I did was I had scribbled notes down, and I already wrote an entire story on the back of my brief. So on my bus home, I was also typing those up onto my laptop. I don't have Microsoft Office. I have Apache, which, from what I remember, it's free, something like that. By the way, it's good. Excuse me. Oh Jesus, air. Oh, that wasn't nice. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got an entire story. Some people haven't quite got this yet, whilst I've been fleshing mine out on the bus trip on the back of the brief. Well, no, not as much on the back of the brief anymore. I've typed everything up onto my laptop, and I started developing the story. And I want to get Alex into this this video. So I'll actually have Alex appear in one of the AGHA videos. So because this is also a college video, this will only be coming out. Oh, excuse me, I keep burping. I had Coke earlier. That sort of cheap cola stuff that you'd get from Tesco, something like that. Anyway, it'd be nice to get him in the video, but of course it's a college production, so it's going to be appearing on the College Vlogs channel. But I think I'm going to decide. Soon I'm going to move all the full videos from the college channel to the sociality channel, because I might as well rename it Productions, because that's what it is, AGHA Productions. It may be the channel I do everything. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it Sociality, because I'm thinking about moving everything to one email address, stuff like that, so I can migrate all my videos onto that channel. Then I could start packing up my things. If there's ever a way I could delete the channel but not the email address, don't know if that's possible. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's going on. So I did mention that I already wrote a story for college, and that, in fact, over the Easter holidays, I'm going to try and do all the pre-production work so I could immediately start working on filming and stuff, and researching things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera, which is fine because That means I don't have to do it at home. Plus, employability-wise, I'll have even more time to be able to film there because, well, I can't film over the Easter holidays, of course, but even if I could, they did say that the Easter holidays is pretty busy for them, so yeah, this is helpful for them and me. Makes things so much easier. So yeah, I could work on the employability stuff over the Easter holidays, and I could start working on pre-production work and all that stuff over the Easter holidays. I mean, I have 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks in fact, to finish all the pre-production work, which is it's a great upper hand for me. It means I can get so much more extra stuff done, and then I could start filming close to immediately when I get back. I just need to, of course, upload everything. Oh yeah, plus, what was it? It was an evaluation? Yeah, I need to write an evaluation, upload it for Thursday, which will be tomorrow by the time this comes out in the morning. So, I did mention before that, in the last video, that I get up pretty early for college, about around 6ish, leave the house at 7, so I upload videos quite early in the morning. But because I'm not going to college anymore, I won't. Well, until about more than 2 weeks from now, I'm not going to be uploading them that early anymore because, well, I won't be woken up that early. So by the time I wake up, which could be any time of the day, usually probably 8, maybe 10 in the evening, God damn it, in the morning, that's when it will come out. Well, of course, ultimately I won't have a lot of hours in the day to do a lot of work, which I've noticed before. It's annoying, but nah. At least up until the end of this week, the business all week, work week, I won't get bothered by my siblings. I can get around it, the evaluation stuff like that. But that should be a lot of I don't know now. From what I know, my evaluations seem to be the best part of my productions or my project. Anyway, I haven't actually got round to talk about the actual story. So I've already ran it by Alex. He's more than happy to film with me, despite how he knows how the ending is going to turn out, and I'll let you know about that in a moment. So the story is, I'm going to be playing the busy brother who, I've got a job, which is, in the story, which of course is a completely fabricated lie because in reality I don't have a job at all, which is good because I don't plan on showing my workplace in the video, or at least my workplace to be. I mean, I did have a job, but I kind of got fired for not wearing the right uniform, for the entire time. I was there for a good 3-4 weeks, maybe. Sorry, not weeks, months, 5 months maybe. It wasn't too bad. It was fun. I was cleaning out back of a bakehouse, a bakery in It's a nice place. I won't let anybody know the name of it, but of course it is the only bakery there, so I can't really do anything about it, about trying to cover it up very well. If you can find it out easily on your own. But I'm going to be the guy with the job, and Alex is going to be the brother. We're going to go under our own names, but Alex is going to be the brother who doesn't have a job, and he's bored all the time. And he's just looking for something to do, just flicking through the channels, looking for something fun to watch. And actually, it sort of reminds me of that one Undertale comic. And San says, "What should we watch, kiddo? Mythbusters? Why is there nothing interesting on human TV or service TV?" Which is exactly what it's like for me and Alex sometimes. Because Alex isn't a huge movie person. I quite like movies. I mean, I've got 2 huge Godzilla posters to my left and a Spectre poster a little further down my bed to the left. Of course, the Spectre poster was free because the IMAX cinema in London with the UK's largest screen had them going for free because I had them. They had a surplus after the premiere had finished. Of course, again, it's not really that important. Anyway, What else? So yeah, the story goes. Alex is very bored. I've got a job, so I'm about to go out the door, and Alex says, "Henry, do something with me. I am incredibly bored. Please," and all that stuff. And I just tell him, "No, I've got a job. Just amuse yourself." To tell you what, go to the library, get a book, just read something, and there's some kind of transition or something happens or in between. Not sure what's going to happen because I haven't quite finished writing the script. I've only done plot points, stuff like that. Mere sort of synopsis, summary, that sort of thing. Now, Alex goes to the library, which I've got a couple of jokes in there, such as the library is supposed to be an evil library, that sort of thing. So every time there's an establishing shot of it, it's always night, and despite how it's clearly day, it's night there because it's evil. You could have Dr. Cortex's castle from Crash Bandicoot, and that's always going to have like evil clouds or something circling it. Or was it that one? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's think of the Lion King. All the light touches is our kingdom. What's that dark place over there? The inconspicuous dark place which shouldn't even be environmentally possible. That sort of place. But the joke is that Alex is clearly walking up to the library. It's daylight, and when this establishing shot, the library's in the night. So the joke is he's going to look left and then right, and it's going to be day, and then it's night. He stops in between, then he looks up in the sky, and the sky is quite literally split. So I'm going to try and green screen him a little bit, and I'm going to try and fix that. And it's going to notice the old difference. It's like an atmosphere kind of glitch or a stereotype. Now it goes in. There's sort of a. I was thinking of making the librarian look a bit like the Ghostbusters secretary, because she has that sort of sneering, bored voice. But of course, her character's a lot better than just sneering, boring secretary. Despite how I want the librarian to be very much like that, except I wanted to have a hint of witchiness. Just you walk past the librarian, she's got a nose down paper. She looks up above the rims of her glasses and hisses at you and things like that. Just somebody who would run like a ghetto sort of library. Just a place you would want to stay as far away from as possible, like a bus station, a really run-down bus station, a ghetto sort of place. I would say Detroit because I've been watching a lot of RoboCop, but that's that kind of vibe, I guess. Anyway, so Alex goes into the library and he just walks down any old aisle and he finds an entire shelf full of copies in the Necronomicon, and there's some stuff going on, and might find some extra parody versions. Who knows? It might be a parody version of the Necronomicon. So the Necronomicon. Maybe I'll even. So when I was writing it, I had an idea for a parody of Necronomicon, which is a porno mag called the Wankonomicon. I don't know why. Just the idea just pops in my head. A demonic Playboy for some reason. Might just be sort of the resemblance between Necronomicon and Wankonomicon, which sort of sounds a bit like each other. Either way, I doubt I'll ever use Wankonomicon ever. Maybe as a cameo or an Easter egg, who knows? Much like the logos I never used, which are also found on the AGHA website, which I mentioned before, aghacollege.wix.com/AGHA minus productions. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good there. Anyway, one of the jokes would be, I mean, if I put it in, but one of the jokes I'd like to use is, there's a full sort of bookshelf full of Necronomicons, and next to it is a cardboard cutout stand-up of Satan with a book, much like an author holding their book, promoting it. That sort of thing. If you have an Avengers film, you'll find probably in one of those very expensive cinemas, you'll have a stand-up of Thor and Doctor Who. Why did I say Doctor Who? Oh, yeah, that's right. The JonTron video. That was, what was it, Comic Con? I'm not sure what that was. But yeah, another thing I wanted to do was the librarian is a witch, and I wanted the witch to sneer at Alex and ask, "Yeah, are you done yet?" Yes, good, because I'm gonna lock up now. I need to go and do my witchy business, and that kind of just solidifies that she is a witch, not really hiding it. And one other joke, which it's a bit of a YouTube stretch kind of joke, but she says witchy business. She gets up. She's wearing a formal suit with a briefcase, and she puts on a witch's hat, and just leaves the desk. I'm probably going to leave it out. It'd be a stupid thing to include, but I might film it anyway. I mean, if I don't have the suits, then I'll leave it out. But as far as I'm concerned, everything else I'm looking for, I'm pretty sure I can get all the props I want, including the sugar glass bottles I want, and I'll mention why later. Anyway, Alex has gone home. The transition's come and gone, and I'm on my way home. I was going to say Henry, like a third person. Anyway. He comes home, and god damn it, he finds a pentagram drawn on the driveway. Then there's also all kinds of things going on. The house is cluttered, there's chairs stacked up, and Alex is still bored, but throughout the rest of the day, I'm just getting attacked by different ghouls and demons and stuff that Alex has summoned with the Book of Death, the Necronomicon. And I'm quite annoyed. I am quite annoyed. It just I leave Alex just to get himself a book, and he brings back demons, necromancy, the gates of hell have opened on our porchway, and it's annoying how he just does this. Just fucking does what he wants. Yeah, that's the idea I have. Anyway, after spending the rest of the day doing that, the night comes along. I'm trying to get to sleep. Alex is all the way out there at Sleep Time Junction. He's not getting up for anything. He's totally out there. But I'm being kept up by the wave going on downstairs. I go downstairs. I'll tell everybody to shut up. All the ghouls and goblins, they shut their traps. And then go upstairs. I'm gonna finally sleep. And then comedically, ghostly noises start, happening around me. I'm just about to go to sleep, and there's woo and all that shit, and that's gonna keep me up all night. The next morning, I deal with the haunter's breakfast, and one of them is I go for a coffee. The coffee jug's full of blood. I pour out a cup of tea. The kettle's full of blood. I want a glass of goddamn orange juice. The carton's full of blood. That's when I get pissed. That's the last straw. You fuck with my sleep and my breakfast, you're gonna get the boot. Anyway, I tell Alex, I blame you, that sort of thing. I mean, that's it. That is the last straw. When you've turned my OJ into O-type blood, that's when you know you've gone too far. So I take him out, take Necronomicon out. I burn the Necronomicon using alcohol from a bottle, the sugar glass bottle, and I'm going to animate the house screaming and then just popping back into its original state. And after that I tell Alex, don't ever read again. And the plan is he would tell me a bad pun, like it's a shame. I had really high spirits. and that's where the sugar bottle comes in. I pick up the sugar glass bottle, which I had the alcohol in. I then smash it across Alex's head, rendering him unconscious. Now, I have actually told Alex this, and he's completely fine with it. I mean, he knows it's sugar glass, and all that stuff. I'm gonna make a couple of bottles just so, nothing. Um, if I have to take multiple shots, then it should be fine. And that's the end of it. Don't know if I'll give it a title, but yeah, it's not going to follow the same ideology or theme as the Jobs video, which was completely silent, and it was only me as an actor. This time there'll be actual dialogue, people talking. Then there's going to be more than one actor, so it's me and Alex, which is nice. Possibly another female actor. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my sister Livy to be the witch or person or something. One idea I was going to have as a stupid thing was, Alex raises the dead, and for some reason, hanging out with Alex in the living room, something like that, is probably Adolf Hitler. And, it's YouTube comedy. It's very well known on different channels like Tomska, Ed's World, JonTron. Lots of channels like that. They have dark humor that regularly occurs, which I find very funny. Of course, I'm going to use all this in my research and my pitch, which is it's going to be very nice, very helpful. It's going to be lots of fun. Like I said, I'm going to do as much paperwork as possible over the Easter holidays, so I can direct all of my efforts into filming on when I get back to college. I mean, I'm going to Facebook Lindsay about that and ask her, is it okay if I give myself a head start and start working on everything already? And if she says it's okay, actually, to be honest, whether she says yes or no, I'm totally just going to go on my own will, go out on a leg, and I'm going to do everything anyway. And it's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna have a demonic video starring me and Alex. I'm gonna see if I can get an old shirt, possibly like an ugly pinstripe officer shirt, so I can whip it up a bit. Maybe have some bloodstained stuff like that. And I've got a lot of stuff planned. Lots of stuff like special effects, such as the sugar glass bottle. That's something that I haven't done before, but it's definitely something I want to do. Which, of course, I think a lot of people might agree with me. It'd be very interesting. So, I can't remember. Oh, Indie Mogul. That's the YouTube channel which I'm using their sugar glass bottle tutorial to make my bottles. Now, there was a channel which I found, a Necronomicon, the one with the screaming face, that one. That's they had on that particular. Oh, I think it's Ironmonger, something like that. They had a tutorial on how to make your own Necronomicon, and that's something I wanted to do. I really want to make a Necronomicon, which would be interesting because then if I have somebody around, they're going to go through my bookcase and I'm going to find a Necronomicon and ask, Henry, why do you have a book on necromancy in your house? Because part of this will actually be my own book as well. I'm going to do all I want in it. I'm going to add different kinds of demon stuff like that. I mean, there's already loads of different kinds of demons you could find in movies and animations, things like that. Such as, what was it, Pinhead? Was it Pinhead? The guy with the head full of pins, and it had this cube thing. Yeah, it might be called Pinhead. I never actually watched it. I don't really watch that many horror films. Despite how, it'd be nice to watch them. I have fun watching them. I usually watch thrillers. I quite like I Am Legend and Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is a great film. How long was it? ago when I last watched Sixth Sense. I don't know. I see dead people. Yeah, that's one. The Fog, which I think was a Stephen King book, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, might just tell you something. If you do want to watch The Fog, be careful, because sometimes it has loud as fuck hissing noises. You know, if you were to go into a boiler room, get an axe, hit a couple of pipes, there'll be this really loud hissing sound. That's the kind of loud hissing you'll find periodically within the Fog film. It really does make you jump sometimes. It's much like my goddamn dog Holly from the last podcast, who scared me during the last quarter of an hour before the end. When Freya appeared and completely ballsed up her intro by talking about sex dungeons. She didn't really say it, she just mentioned it, and that was it. It was a huge assumption. Don't get your hopes up when you backtrack it. Anyway, not that you can really go that far when you backtrack it. It was only last episode, of course. That was only yesterday. But yeah. Oh, by the way, here's something interesting. I know I mentioned. Excuse me. I know that I mentioned that I sent that email to Alex from AGHA Everything and told him, oh yeah, you mentioned all this, and I thought I'd introduce him to my channel. Again, he has not gotten back to me at all. However, I did notice on my podcast channel, besides the 2 subscriptions that I've already had on that channel, because I added my other channel, Sociality and College Vlogs, to that, just it's so I could keep track, I guess. There was also a 3rd subscription. Now, unfortunately, this 3rd subscription was this person had their subscription set to private, so I have no way of telling who had subscribed to me. But I checked out the AGHA Everything channel, and I couldn't really find a subscription section, so I can only assume that he has a setting set to private as well. So one of my theories is that it might have been Alex from AGHA Everything who subscribed. Who knows? I mean, I might check my other channels. Actually, whilst I keep talking to you, I'll check that now. It might be that Alex has he's said, okay, sure, I'll take a look, and he might have liked it and might subscribe to it. Then again, I've showed a couple of other people I know my channel, and I don't know if anybody else has subscribed to it. So hang on, I'm just checking my sociality thing. Okay, not sociality. Sociality is still shit. Okay, let's check the college one. Hang on a mo. So I'm checking the college vlogs one. 9 subscribers. Let me just double check that. So let's see. 9 subscribers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's 1 subscriber who's on my vlog channel who who isn't showing theirs publicly. So because it's my my podcast channel and my college vlog channel, those 2 channels are the most active ones. This would make sense, because if you subscribe to only 2 of them and not the sociality one, and the sociality one is the most inactive channel, then it would make sense if you were to subscribe yourself to them. But I did show both of them off to Alex. Of course, I mentioned he didn't get back to me. Who knows, maybe I'll send him an email and ask, oh hey, lately I've got 2 anonymous subscribers for my college and my podcast channel. Not my sociality one, but I'm not too bothered about that because there's very little content, which would make sense if nobody were to subscribe to that, but subscribe to my other ones. And I was just wondering, was it you who subscribed to them? it's just something interesting like that when you get somebody as sincere, fairly opinionated and interesting as Alex from I Eat Everything, who's also quite successful and gets back to me and tells me, I'm not bad, I'll keep an eye on you, stuff like that. It's always it's always gratifying, I guess, to know that somebody who's as good as him can take pity, I guess, on somebody as unpopular and below him, such as I am. In fact, actually, funny enough, I'd be greatly surprised if I got any messages back from him saying, thanks for what you said, or, I was the guy who subscribed, or even, I'd be greatly more surprised if he ever actually did mention me in any of his videos. Because that kind of stuff, that doesn't happen to me at all. The only time I was ever on YouTube outside of, these channels, of course, was a really old YouTube video. I mean, a really, really shit old YouTube video. I'm just going to get up the link whilst you guys are, listening to me ramble. Hang on, what was it? It's a really old video that someone in the audience had filmed. But oh god, how long was it? I'd say 8 years ago, probably. And used to be blonde at Wetheringset Village Fate by Alexander Court. 6 years ago, 300 views. And if you're watching that, about how far in? Hang on, it'd be it shows. Oh my god, that was so soon. That was like 6 seconds in, and you could already see my dipshit young ass go past the camera in my most ugliest green shirt ever. And the person singing, the vocalist, that's my stepsister, Abby. Very nice person. The band's called Used to Be Blondes. The video's called Used to Be Blonde at Wetheringset Village Fate. And the guy who uploaded it is Alexander Court, currently with 13 subscribers, and the video has got 300 views, which is pretty good. So yeah. So that's interesting to find out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's practicality is that much, I guess, at the moment. Yeah. What else? I think I've mentioned as much as I can talk about at the moment. Oh yes, I'm a little bit guilty today because, well, I mentioned last episode that in the morning I was going to help a friend of mine, Josie, with filming a kidnapping thing for her photography work, and I didn't realise today, which I was going to film with her in the morning, I didn't realise today that we were screening, which was screening the websites on our big screen in our computer room. Oh god. Yeah, that wasn't a nice one. I need to drink something. The back of my throat's incredibly dry. God. Yeah. Oh, it's like quicksand. Anyway. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film with her. So, I purposely tried to avoid her around the bus station because I felt too guilty to come up to her and tell her it was my fault, because I have a feeling I probably, who knows, jeopardized her photography, that sort of thing. I feel incredibly guilty for that. I booked the equipment. I had settled up with her. Well, to be fair, I did in fact Facebook her as well that I couldn't make it before 9:30, which was interesting because we get in about 9:15 through the doors to the computer room because of how, it's just early, I guess. And she didn't get back to me. So of course that meant she didn't get it, which meant she was probably already, she was either on the bus, busy in class, or she was already at the location she wanted to film, and she had no signal. Now either way, she didn't get my message. I actually did let her know. So of all things, I did actually do my best to let her know. Now, of course, some of you might say I could have done a lot better by going to where the filming location was and telling her in person that I couldn't make it. But of course, one there, one back, and then do the screening. Now, but before you say that, I have to agree with you 100%. I could have done that. I mean, there's a possibility that my tutor Lindsay wouldn't have let me out because it would have been too short of time. It would have been very close to when we were supposed to start screening, and it would get quite late, things like that. Problems start occurring, and yada yada yada. But whether I was allowed or not, the problem is she never actually told me where we were going to film anyway. So even if I could have filmed for her, there was no way I could have got to her because she never told me if she was going to wait for me outside or meet me up in a forest or something like that. I had no idea what was going on. So despite how I am in the wrong, I did all this. I'm not hiding that. But even if I could have, I could have helped in any way, I couldn't have because I couldn't have even made it in the first place because I don't know where it is. I don't know where we were filming or anything. Which of course, this is my bad because it was a bit of I told her I could do it for her a long time ago, but I don't think she really got back to me. Plus, she only tried to friend me on Facebook lately. Of course, it's my fault that I left it for so long, and it's my fault that I couldn't tell her sooner because I didn't quite know because I didn't listen to my tutor that we were screening today. But the least I could have done was let her know, which I did. But if she didn't get my message, it's nobody's fault, but mine. But either way, the point is that I may have failed to be able to let her know or help her at all. But the point is that even if I could have or could not have, I couldn't have made it anyway. So I'm not quite sure why I should be apologising for something which is virtually impossible from the beginning. Anyway, oh good, I made a good time. I've got another quarter of an hour until I'm done. Something like that. Anyway, I mentioned before Alex is still ill, but he's feeling much better now. He's had his glass of Coca-Cola and a nice burger for dinner. He's laying in bed watching fishing programs or something like that. Ugh. Speaking of documentary programs, I hear Mythbusters is coming to an end, which is I'm not looking forward to that because I really do enjoy the episodes. It's actually a lot of fun to watch. I learned stuff from it. It makes fun stuff out of science, which is what I like to do. I'm a big fan of other shows like that on YouTube, such as Game Theory and Film Theory, because they present very good theories and they apply real life science to a lot of games and films, which is something I give it credit to. I mean, I would have never heard of that thin carbon bulletproof thing sheet, which is much stronger than titanium or platinum for bullet vests, without the Film Theory bulletproof skin video, which I had a lot of fun watching that. Much like how I have a lot of fun watching all of their videos in general. Same thing with Mythbusters. I mean, never have I guessed that layers of paper or paper armor is in fact almost just as strong as, steel armor. I mean, unless it was raining, in which case it would very quickly. But it's incredibly interesting to find out these things. I definitely recommend you to try out a couple of episodes of Mythbusters on the Discovery Channel and watching Matt Pat's channel, Film Theory and Game Theory. And it actually, come to think of it, um, my I did mention my website. It has that fancy sort of move for you navigation system. Click it, all the website moves, and you go to another part of the website. And I mentioned that my excuse is if Google, a multi-million international company who currently do not pay their taxes, who I haven't mentioned we haven't mentioned any politics since Alex went full throttle on the first episode. Anyway, if Google can have their do a barrel roll feature on their search engine, then why the hell shouldn't I be able to have the auto navigation system, which ultimately I should have put into my development document for college. Now, saying that, they also said that with all these different channels cluttering, now it makes sense that I have all of my channels bundled up into different in their own sections, which makes the website overcomplicated. Which makes sense. I could just put them all into one, into one section for themselves. Of course, it's a good thing they weren't talking about you have too many channels here, because essentially, if you go onto the internet, you can find many people who have secondary channels. Tom Sker has Dark Squidge. There's previously mentioned Game Theory. They have their Film Theory secondary channel. The Yogscast have many channels because, they pretty much have their own gaming mafia sort of family. They have Kim, they have Sips, they have Shin, they have all kinds of channels for different people under the name, sort of brand's name, which, it's a little bit odd when I think about it this way. It's like a mafia family thing, that they're all going underneath Yogscast, but, it's not like I'm really disagreeing against it at all. Or even at all, I don't. Okay, so I've talked for a long time. I mean, we're 48 minutes in, and about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, 48 minutes in. So I've got another 12 minutes to keep yapping. And I've actually started to fall short of conversation starters. Now, not unless a guest jumps in at the last moment, which, to be honest, it is totally random whether Alex walks in or Freya walks in again. In fact, the only person you haven't met formally yet is Livy and my parents, my stepmom Maria, and Richard's my dad. And of course, I can't get my actual mum Tracy in because she lives quite away, and in fact, she's on a holiday in Portugal at the moment. Was it Portugal? I can't remember exactly. I'm going to guess Portugal. But that's for the Easter holidays, which she's already left to. Which is a little annoying for me. A little bit annoying for me because I've only just sent her a text asking her to top up my phone. Because at the moment, I'm not quite sure why. Me and my dad, we can't actually get into the phone for some reason to top it up. But apparently, my mum Tracy can, which is, despite how we do not understand it, we kind of just not question it. I mean, Dad questions it because, of course, he wants to question everything because it makes sense to me. Yes, you would want to know these things, but for me, unless something happens and we do need to get into it ourselves, Tracy isn't around. We can't do that sort of stuff without her. It's better if we know how to do it. With you can't really leave your son to look after a nuclear reactor whilst you go and drop a load in the bathroom. Because if something goes wrong, your son won't know shit about what to do. You have to tell them what to do in order to keep up with it. You know, that's the important thing. But, yeah. So I guess I could talk a bit more about some of the different parts of my channel, my website. So I've already, if you've already gone on it, you know that you can find AGHA College Vlogs, which I might as well shorten it to College Vlogs, because that's essentially what it is. Podcast Sociality, which I don't think it really needs to be up there at all. There's no purpose for it other than, you know, personal vlogs. It's pretty much redundant in itself. And oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey Alex, you're live.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. We got I've got another 9 minutes until the podcast is over.
Yeah. So I'm about to take a shower.
Are you gonna take a shower? Oh, okay, good. Just change. It's a good thing there's no video. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep talking, Alex. Do you want to contribute to anything like that?
Yeah.
Sure.
To all those viewers.
Hang on a minute. Yeah?
I went to a youth club the other day.
Yeah, youth club?
Yeah. And there was this Christian guy.
Yeah?
And he said,
Yes?
so, some people believe that paracetamol doesn't work.
Hey, what?
He disbelieved in paracetamol.
Hey, it's clearly been proven paracetamol does work.
Yes. Even the Morrison shit that made me feel better right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Lots of shit? It's a bit like if Google was a guy.
And he also said that those monsters didn't exist. And do you know what? I'm going to Scotland
monster?
this year. Loch Ness.
Oh,
Nessie.
Loch Ness ones. Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, do you know what? There have been so many sightings, it's quite obvious it exists.
Yeah, it exists. It's just shrouded in
And
mystery.
even the river monsters, Jeremy Wade, he said it could be a completely enormous Atlantic shark.
I agree. It's a plesiosaur. You know, the dinosaur thing.
Yeah, there are so many caves and stuff underneath.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. It'd be interesting if the next decade we actually find it. Something like that. It'd be interesting just to see.
Technology is getting that far.
Oh, it is getting quite advanced. I don't know why they can't just drain it.
Well,
Okay.
it's supposed to be because Loch Ness is connected to the sea.
Then damn it.
It's also very close to being as deep as the sea.
Okay.
So you
Is
need,
it?
you need, yeah, it's something. I thought Loch Ness was something near the region of over 1,000 meters deep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Alex, I've already told the listeners everything about the project, and you told me that, yeah, you'd like to be a part of it, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Despite I also mentioned the sugar glass bottle smashing part, which I know how to make. I've looked it all up. I know how to make one.
Sugar glass bottles there?
Oh, Indie Mogul sugar glass tutorial thing. You just look it up. You can find everything there. It's really easy, actually. You can make homemade stuff, but you need a molding thing. I can't remember what it's called, but if you look it up, you can find it. But it's interesting. I'm gonna make a good batch of them, but I need to keep them cool, not in a hot place, so you know, I can use them when I need them. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I could use the mini fridge.
The pink fridge.
Yeah, the pink mini fridge with the Apple logo.
Jump in that shower.
Alright, you have a good time.
I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
Alright, see ya. Whew. Alright, so I've got another about 6 minutes left. Yeah, I need to fill this time doing something. You know, this is actually really good. You know, this is actually really helpful for just talking to anybody, you know, training and stuff, because a lot of the time I talk to myself because, well, you know, like I always say, you can't have sanity without a little bit of insanity, because otherwise you're the most dry-ass, stale person ever. Plus, I think most people go insane from boredom, so if you're that boring and so down to earth, then I'm pretty sure you're a psychopath. Anyway, you know, I've got a lot of friends who sort of operate the same way, I guess, but some of them are a bit more, I don't know, a little bit more eccentric eccentric than I am. Like Steven, he's one of those guys he's very nice. I can get by him. He's not just chavvy, shit-faced twat. He smokes. I don't really care. He drinks, not a lot, but I think at this age, even if it's underage, I don't think you can go that far without drinking at least once. I mean, sometimes just once a week or even once a month, I like to have a good gin and tonic. Only on special occasions, that sort of thing. Never champagne though, unless it was New Year's Eve. In fact, I had one glass of actual champagne on New Year's Eve, and I wasn't feeling very well. I really couldn't hold it, despite how I can hold my gin and tonic quite well. But usually I like a good lager, brasserie, I guess it's called, like small bottles of lager. Speaking of which, I need to choose myself a good shape for the glass, sugar glass bottle thing. And I'm gonna look forward to making those because I like a good bit of DIY. I mean, if anybody's watched Avatar, the Last Airbender, they'll be familiar with the game Pai Sho. I believe it's called that anyway, with the large round board. I got bored, so when I was bored in the morning, I actually made a Pai Sho board. I said board too many times, don't I? Anyway, I made myself a Pai Sho board in about 9 hours. So that was cardboard, markers, paper, lots of duct tape, Sharpies, that sort of thing, rulers. I made myself an entire Pai Sho board, which is quite big. It's about half a meter in length. You could fold it in half. I was gonna build pieces for it out of bottle caps, but it's taken me a long time to gather them, and I kind of just thought, fuck it, because I lost the bag I had of them. So now I've just decided I'm going to save up lots of money and just buy a huge bag of them, and then I'm going to mark all the pieces with what I want. But what was it? I was going under the same rules as somebody's game of Pai Sho, because aren't the official rules of Pai Sho. On DeviantArt, I can't remember the name of the game, but I've downloaded the document anyway, so I could find out how to play anyway. It's like extremely advanced chess. It'd be extremely interesting to play it sometime. Anyway. Speaking of chess, I've been playing chess quite a bit on my laptop because I've gotten bored of playing solitaire and mahjong. I mean, I should play a bit more mahjong so I can unlock all the different games or puzzles because I got the Microsoft version. It's a good game. One thing I was thinking of, but of course, it's either going to be restricted to a certain genre or not. But I'll just get to the point. I was thinking of starting an AGHA gaming channel. Jesus Christ, a 4th channel coming up. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm burping all the time. Anyway, I was going to if I were to make a gaming channel, of course it would be AGHA Gaming, but besides the point, because I don't have any screen capture stuff for my TV, it would purely have to be computer games, only PC games, or maybe even Mac. So I would be playing something like, well, probably not Minecraft. I mean, there is no end to Minecraft. You just play it for as long as you like, and then there's also the fact that you would be I would have to build something. It would take me ages, and I'll have to have so many other episodes. It's so much easier playing a game with an ending, such as Undertale, which I do have. I've played it many times, but because I've played it so many times, I kind of just I know every ending. I know almost every line. It's not really an obsession. It's more just, I mean, if you listen or listen to a song over and over again, soon enough you're going to be going mad and humming the tune and singing the lyrics in the shower for the rest of your life. Hence why I do know how to sing the lyrics to, what was it? Ultimate Showdown All Star by whatever that band's name was called. You know, they sang the song for Shrek, and also other stuff. Anyway, about 2, 1. There we go. Well, that should be the official end of the podcast. Just want to say, yeah, thank you for listening. Of course, there will be a fourth one coming out Thursday, recorded Wednesday night. And I hope you all have a very good Easter holiday. Yeah, but until then, bye bye.